Hey guys, I'm going to do some rehousings, and I just don't really care for this enclosure, really, because it just gets too, damp in there despite all the holes I have. And I just don't like how it doesn't really give the tea enough places to run around. So I'm going to give this one more of a rectangular shaped enclosure because I think that would be better for this one. This will be the Aphobopus udamen, the emerald skeleton. So let's see how this goes. Here's the new enclosure that I will have for the Aphobopus udamen. This one did not burrow in the substrate, but did seem to like its cave in its last home here. So I gave it its cave back, and there is, for this size tea, there is substrate to burrow in if it wants to. And it is on the damp side in here. It's not, too damp, but damp enough for their liking. And got the water dish there, so we're going to try this. Got a catch cup ready because the Aphobopus can be fast. Come on, honey. I know. You'll like this home better, I think. And I got your cave in there. Come on. I know. You go in your cave. There. See, that's the way you want it to go. Alright. Alright, let's see who else needs a rehousing. Next up, I decided to rehouse my Euaphyllus species green. And I got a little bit of cork bark hide back there and fake plants and water dish. So I will see how this one handles it because this one is very runny. Hopefully she'll just go in there on her own, but we'll see. Alright, stay tuned. Alrighty. Let's see if we can get her to climb up where we want her to go. That's not exactly where I wanted you to go, but that's a start. Come on. No, I don't want you to go back in there. Here, come on, climb up this. This is your new home. Can you get up there? Up you go. There. Well, that went a lot easier than I thought it would. Well, there's your new home. I hope you like it. Plenty of room for you to roam around, since these teas like to do that. Got you some fake plants to hide in and cork bark. Hope you like it. Got you a full water dish. Maybe I'll make it a little more damp on that side. Alright. Stay tuned for the next move. The next tea I'm going to rehouse will be the Acanthoscurria chacoana. I'm going to put her into this larger enclosure here. And I don't expect her... Be quiet. And I don't expect her to go peacefully. So, we'll see. So here's her new home. She's not really into burrowing. She just likes to either be out in the open or she goes into her hide there. So I just kind of left it as is. All I did was just add a little extra decor there, but I used her same hide and everything, so, and her same water dish. Just wanted to put her in a bigger size enclosure. So let's see how this goes. She actually is very feisty. So will not be surprised if she throws up a threat posture. She's a little agitated, but I've seen her much worse than that. Okay, well that went a lot better than I thought it would. Now let's see how she acts when I poke her to go down. Come on, it's the same hide. I know, I know. Oh, well, there she went. You'll like it, I promise. Okay, so that definitely went a lot better than expected because she's usually quite defensive and also has a humongous appetite like, oh, I can't the scurrius seem to. Alright, let's see who else needs to move. The next one I'm going to rehouse is the Chilobrachys discalus. This one may not be as easy because they are extremely fast, and this one's kind of small, so it could very easily escape if it moves fast enough. I wanted to put it in a different enclosure because with these type lids here, it just kept webbing the lid onto the substrate, and I kept having to damage it just to open it up. And I don't know, it's just so flimsy, and I really like these right here that have the lids that snap shut real good. And so I have plenty of substrate for it to burrow in, and never did really use its cave much, except for maybe the very beginning, but not so much anymore. It just makes its own tunnels and such. And so got its water dish there. So I did put damp substrate in there because I like it on the humid side. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, I got a catch cup handy, which I will definitely need with this one. Let's see if we could do this peacefully. It's made such an elaborate tunnel. There, all I did was just lift that up. Well, that made that. And of course, my battery had to die right like when I was about to do the crucial moment here. So let's try this again. As I said, they are insanely fast. And there we go, and there he goes. Now, since it's such a tiny baby, I'm not too scared about it biting me. I mean, it could, but teas this size are more likely to just want to run away. But yes, the older it gets, the more I will be less willing to touch it because they do have potent venom. Alright, well, that didn't go too badly. Alright, Chilobrachys discalus make some nice neat tunnels and such. Alright, moving on. Next up to rehouse will be the Cacciana brunipes. This one, as you can see, likes to burrow, so again, I gave it plenty of substrate, and I'm going to put the water dish in there, and then we'll move the tea, and hopefully, I don't expect this one should be too bad, so let's give it a go. Alright, so I'm just going to try to move the substrate here. Kind of out of the way. And I do not fear a bite from this one, as it would rather run and hide, and it's a new world, so the bite would not be significant, medically significant, so. But they can be fast, as you can see. But, oops. Yeah, just go into your new home. Up you go. Yeah. Well, that went really well too. So I hope this one will make some nice burrows as well. Beautiful tea. Alright, let's move on. Next up, we're going to rehouse the Iteropelma hirsutum. This one is also very fast and skittish, but as adorable as all get out. Now, I'm moving it into more of an arboreal-like setup, so not too much substrate. Made it a little on the damp side and just put some fake leaves in there. And this type of enclosure will not really house a, well, I might be able to squeeze a water dish in there. So yeah, I think I will try that. I'm a huge believer in water dishes. So maybe I can try it, although it might get full of substrate pretty quick, but let me see what I can do. Okay, so that worked out better than I thought it would with the water dish. It actually does fit in there quite nicely. So here's the tea, molted not too long ago. Let me put the camera down and let's see if I can do this without too much trouble. Alright. Well, it's in there. Here's the lid. Okay, now look, I don't want you on my hand. Let's close this up quick. They are fast. There we go. Yep, it's in there. Moving around in there kind of frantically, but well, it's hardened up enough so you don't have to worry about it being damaged. But after it settles in its home, I'm going to give it a feed. So, okay, so that went a lot easier than I thought. Unfortunately, it didn't show up on camera very well, but, you know, as you saw, it was on the underside of this lid. So, I was just able to just kind of turn the lid over like this and then just use my finger to kind of nudge it in there. So, that actually worked out pretty easy. So, alright, very good. Alright, let's see who's up next. Really hard to see right now, but my Nandu chromatis is molting. So that is awesome. So I cannot wait to see her new clothes after all is said and done. So I'll keep you posted. Now it's time to rehouse my Lasiodora parahabana into a larger enclosure. And I'm hoping it'll be just as simple to do like this. Don't you love it when that's that easy? And there we have it. I had to do a little straightening up, you know, while she was in there, but and she kicked some hairs. But other than that, she did just fine. So obviously the bigger she gets, the bigger hide she'll get. But for now, that'll do. Like LPs are great display tarantulas. They aren't really prone to hiding unless you spook them, like, you know, with this one. This one's usually out in the open. So, but with some teas, I like to provide a hide anyway. So, as you can see, this one likes to flick hairs. She probably has the baldest butt in my collection. Alrighty, let's see who else we need to move. Whew, those LP hairs could be a pain in the butt. They're itching. Okay, this is my larger Brachypalma abelpilosum. Also time for a rehouse into this larger tub right here. I anticipate this one to be easy, but you never know. Sometimes they surprise you. So let's check it out. Easy peasy. And there we go. All safe and sound. She should like it. A little roomier. Alright, roomy, whatever. Alright, let's see who else needs some housing. Alright, next up I'm going to rehouse the Pamphobedius nigrocolor. I've told you before that I don't like these containers here because how these tops, these square tops, don't really pop on easily, and it really disturbs the tarantula trying to stick them back on. They're easy to take off but not easy to put on. So, and I figure, well, might as well rehouse this one anyway because these are insanely fast growers because they eat so well, and they grow to be huge anyway. So I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and upgrade it to another enclosure. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, so just very simple setup here. I'm going to move the Pamphobedius nigrocolor and see if I can... Look at that. Even at that size. is a little defensive. Let's see. Yeah. Look at that. Just a little bit. But these are also very hungry beasts, like the Acanthoscurrius, so. Come on. Be funny if this one's harder than the others I just did. Okay. Come on, I got a better home for you. It might help if I scoot it up just a tad bit more here. Come on. Up you go. Okay, not really showing signs of being defensive right now, so gotta just scoop it. Yes, they could bite, so I'm taking a little risk. But I think it was more interested to see if that was food than anything else. There we go, all good. Pamphibedius nigercolor is all ready to go. Plenty of room for this iced tea right now. Alright, just gonna make sure your water dish is full and let you get used to your new home. Alright guys. Sorry this isn't the best picture in the world, but this is my Salmopoeis camera dry, which molted. And of course you just know the part of the molt that I would use to sex the tea with is irreparable, so I'm unable to sex the molt. So maybe I can at least get a good ventral shot, and maybe that'll tell me something, give me some kind of clue. But anyway, it's a suspect female, so I'm going to call her a she and a her, and she's gorgeous. She is so close to being done with the molting process that I wish I could stay up later so I can remove the molt so it would be fresh, but I'd rather wait till she flips over before I get the molt. Because right now she's busy grooming and pumping fluids through her body. So, and I don't think she's quite done yet. I think she's almost done, but I don't want to risk it. But she's making it, and that molt is humongous. Alright, we'll see what she looks like in her new colors after she's flipped over. And we have a successful molt from the Nandu chromatus. Beautiful and large as ever. Alright, we'll let her harden up and check on her another time. Good job, girl. Alright, I'm totally done. No more of these. I've had to throw away 2 of them already because they just had major mold built up. And we can't have that. I got plenty of ventilation, and I don't want to sacrifice, you know, the dampness of the substrate. So what I'm going to do is I'm just not going to use these anymore. Definitely not for the ones that like it a little bit on the damp side, but I'm just going to use cups. You know, they're not as pretty as having, you know, this wood here, you know, but I can cover it up with substrate like I do with some of the others, and, you know, kind of hide the fact that it's a cup. But I don't want my tea to suffer, and I don't want to have to keep cleaning off mold. Now, I notice that some bark doesn't seem to have as much mold as others. So, but the ones I've been getting lately do. So, I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to just get rid of it and just start using cups from now on, especially with the teas that have a little bit more damp humidity. So, I'll do that. See, this makes a perfectly good hide. You know, I mean, yes, you can tell there's a cup there, but to the tarantula it makes no difference. So at least now we won't have to worry about any mold and mildew buildup here, because I don't want my tarantula to be harmed from all the spores and stuff. So, but the A. Simani, Phonopama Simani Costa Rican Zebra, is awesome. So I'm going to fill up her water dish and have her go back to doing her thing of destroying everything I just put together. Alright.